Welcome back to another My Two Good Hands video. We're out here on our 03 Ram. It's a 2500. We're getting ready to pull another boat, but we bought a new boat trailer. And you know, in the old days, boat trailers had surge brakes. So when you hit the brakes, the load came forward, pushed on your truck, and it had to push, and that pushed the master cylinder. So you kind of got this back and forth thing going. Electric brakes are really nice because they're smooth and what have you, but you got to have a controller for it. So new trailers, while they're electric brakes, they aren't electric brakes. They're still hydraulic. So you got electric over hydraulic. So the electric part is pushing a master cylinder that's hydraulic because you don't want to submerge electrics at the boat ramp. So let me show you what we got. We bought the Prodigy 2 off of Amazon. Amazon links to shop. Helps support the channel. Greatly appreciated. So this Prodigy 2 has two things going for it. One, it's very adjustable. Two, it'll do a 3-axle trailer. And the next thing is, it is also for electric over hydraulic. If you're gonna get one of these, get one that's electric over hydraulic. If you get one that's just electric and you get electric over hydraulic trailer, you won't be able to use the controller. So we're gonna go through the install on this. To make it easy, we bought the install kit, so we don't have to cut any wires on the truck or anything. This is plug and play supposedly. And we got some zip ties to zip tie the wires. We got a Phillips screwdriver for our bracket. We'll show you in our truck. Previous owner already had a controller, so we got places to put wire, place to put the screws already. So we won't be doing any drilling, but you would have to do that on your truck if you had never had one of these in there. So let's get you down there and you can see how this plugs in. So we're going to start by opening up this kit. Not a lot in here. It does come with some instructions. Alright, but this is going to be fairly hard to mess up because all you get is a wire with two connectors. You get this big one here, and we'll show you that's the Dodge end, and we get this one, which is the Prodigy end. So we're going to open up the Prodigy. Take that out. That comes with loads of instructions, programming and install. It does come with wire if you want to be cheap and not get the other connector, but I chose not to do that. I don't want to cut my wires. Comes with a nice bracket. We'll show you how we're going to mount that. All the fasteners, some wire crimps, but we're not going to use those. And then it comes with the unit. It does come with another type of pouch you can mount on the dashboard where you can slide it in and out. We're not going to do that, I don't think. We could do that, I guess. Let's see if that really helps us any. Kind of looking to see which way makes sense. This one's up to me. This one is a knee kicker, I think, for us. So we're going to take that and put it over here. So we've got our unit. We can see we've got a connector here, and that's where this connector will plug in. Once we're installed, we'll plug this in. So the first thing we're going to do is go down and show you where this piece goes. Ain't the easiest to see in there, but we're going to try. I don't know if you can see it or not. We can find it up there. I believe it's that blue one. That blue one there. Get that light right there. It might be that blue one. Let's see. Yeah, it's that blue one. It's definitely the blue one. And I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's right here. This is the blue one. We're going to try to get this to go in there. It can only go in one way, so it's going to go in that way. So we're going to figure out which side it should go on of these wires, because there's a lot of space. We're going to need two hands. So there we are. We're going. It's this blue connector right here, and I don't know if we can get our connector in there easy. Looks like we have a little trouble getting in there. It's like it's definitely a match for what we want to do, I think. hard part's trying to get this in there. Let's see if we can fold this up a little bit. Oh, look at that. Hey, we got it in. Got that in. So that's a good deal. This will be a wiring piece we have to tuck through here somehow. We're going to tuck this through by the hood release. We'll have our wires are through for now. So that's all there is to that part. It was a little tricky, but we got it. So let's get out of here and do the top part. Here's where we said we had the holes already. So we're going to open up our little plastic bag here and try. Pieces go everywhere, of course. You're going to find you got a couple sets of screws here. We are going to put the electrical connectors back in our bin here. Don't need those. We are going to take the two wood-looking screws here, the wood-looking screws, and put them in the bracket, get the bracket mounted best we can here. Might have to get bigger screws. They seem to go really easy, but maybe not. Just gonna put it right there. Yeah, it seemed to get snug. That one gets tighter. Oh, there the bracket's on. The next thing we're going to do is bring this unit down. You can see how that goes. And we know that we can put it like this or like this. So we're going to put it up close. Put a screw through here. And, well, it's going to be difficult. So the first thing we're going to do is plug in the wires. We plugged in the wires. It came up. It's flesh and NC, no trailer. We'll go through the setup in a minute here. But we're going to get this this on there first and get it installed, and we'll mess with it up above. There we go. Got to get our other screw in on the other side. To get our flashlight out because we can't see the hole. There's the hole right there. Whoop, power seat. So at this point, we've got it in there. Now we got to go through the instructions on how to program. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to try to lower the boost. There are the boost here, it says the boost setting was designed to be more aggressive, the brakes available. The levels are B1, B2, and B3. Each increment sets to increase the sensitivity higher. So we know the trailer's going to be empty when we get it. So first press the boost button and it'll display boost 1. Okay, so I don't know if you, hopefully you can see that B1 on there. It says B1 and then it goes off in 5 seconds, just like that. So once we push B1, advance it by continuing to press the button. So B1, B2, B3, B. So now it just says B. All right. Once you're on B, the first 5 settings, it'll change. It indicates the boost on the most raised decibel. So, of course, there's no trailer connected right now, so we don't get that. Let's see. So, yeah. So if I push it again, we get B. That's good. So that's what we want. We're on the minimum boost for this unit. We'll show you that in a second. And then, see, if I hit this, it says NC. Hopefully you can see the NC there. But I'll get you closer here. So what we did to set the boost level, you push this, and you can see B1, B2, B3, B4, and B. All right, so B is the lowest boost. So we're going to leave it there, and it's going to go to the standby position. There you go. You have a, so you have boost here, where you can just hit the trailer brakes when you don't hit your brakes. So you can see NC not connected, all right, or no trailer, depending on how you look at it. You also have a wheel. The wheel here is the power knob. That way is more. This way is less. This way is more. So we're gonna bring it all the way down, this button, and we're gonna turn it up just a little. Put it all the way down. We're gonna move it up just a little bit. That way we have the thing set as light as possible, because again we're going to have an empty trailer. So here you go. See, here's the instructions there, and you'll get this in your manual, but there's the instructions how to adjust the boost. It gives you a lot of other things. NC will tell you you're not hooked up. There's all what the different buttons are. We're going to go under the dash now and do a pull tie. We'll leave you out of that one. So there you go. It's in a standby mode. I think it keeps that little LED lit. We'll see if it turns off in about 15 minutes. But again, here's your power boost. If you want to hit the brakes on the trailer, like your trailer starts to slide, you can come here and hit your brakes on your trailer. You do have the ability to do fine adjustment here. And then you push the, you can see the light when I move this. It looks like the light actually flickered a little. Well, maybe not. The light flickered, guess not. So then you've got B1 again, B2, B3, and B, which we're going to leave it on B because we're not going to have any load. We'll probably figure out when the boat is on the trailer what to do. Thanks for watching another My Two Good Hands video. We'll be back with more easy how-tos that you can do. Brake shop might charge you money to put this in, but you can see how easy that was. You would have to drill holes if you didn't already have holes. There you go. It was the Prodigy 2. They also make a Prodigy 3. It's got some other options. I opted this way. The other one I didn't feel I needed. It's got more flexibility for different stuff. That I'm just going to have a boat trailer and maybe someday a Jeep hauler. But Amazon links below to shop. Definitely helps support the channel. Like and subscribe. Post notifications on. Don't miss the next thing we're going to do. We got a whole bunch of boating videos coming up. So we have a lot more projects coming up at My Two Good Hands. So don't forget, like and subscribe. Post notifications on. We're here to help you save money on do-it-yourself projects. This is how we did it. If you're not sure, hire professionals. Got it. Do it. Get it done. But at least you got an idea what it takes, so you know if they're charging you too much. So we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.